Kia ora, ko Stephanie tuka ingoa, haere mai, welcome to Adaptive Go. Today we're going to talk about how to build your healthcare team. Maybe it would be a healthcare team if we were all playing a sport that we didn't know the rules of, except all the players knew but not you, and all the players were blindfolded, and some of the players are deaf because they don't listen very well, and then you're the boss of the whole team and you're telling them how to play and where to pass the ball, but you don't know the rules of the game and you don't know hardly anywhere near as much as what everybody else does. That, to me, is what it feels like to have a healthcare team. But over time, I've been working on a solution for me around how to make the team work more like a team. And so I'm going to share those tips with you today. It's not as big as it feels, and you can do it, and with a little bit of information and a lot of help from some of your most valued players like your GP or your specialist, you'll be able to build a health team as well. So the first tip is that you are the referee, the coach and the captain of the team. You need to be able to raise your voice. Creaky joints talk about this in their patient guidelines. It's really important as a patient that we have a voice and that we see ourselves as being at the centre of our healthcare treatment. But this can be hard for some people. So you don't have to do it on your own. There are people who will help you raise your voice and help you build your plan. You can talk to patient-led organisations like Arthritis New Zealand. The other place that you can go is across your social network. There might be a friend that you can take along to advocate for you, or you might have a relative that can come and help you raise your voice and ask those questions that you need answered in your consultation. And you're the person whose needs need to be met, and you're the person that each individual health professional really wants to help. Tip 2 is working out what you need the most. I think there's sort of 3 parts to this tip, and the first part is that you need to educate yourself on your disease. Just do as much as you can stomach though. Don't research to the point that you're feeling worried or anxious or mentally unwell. Just, dip the toe in the water and then take it out again. No biggie. But as you learn more about your disease and the different treatments and the evidence that's available for what works and what doesn't work, you'll be able to start working out what's important to you. I really like how the caring ambassadors portray this second part of working out what you need, and that is that you pause and you stop and you have a really good think. You think about what's important to you in your life and in your treatment. What are some of the gaps at the moment, and what do you think you need, and what are the possible benefits that you see to you from the potential treatment or therapy. And then the last point here, the third point, is Dr. Ron Ehrlich in his blog describes building your health team as a journey. Your health condition is a journey, and your team, each person will come on board as you move along, and you need to understand this journey so that you don't go out and spend all your resources, all your time and all your energy right from the get-go. It's better to prioritise. Healthcare is expensive, especially if you're talking about things that aren't funded. So tip 3, once you have your priorities and goals, then go ahead and build your health team. You'll know from these priorities and goals who will need to come onto your health team. This is a picture of what my health team looks like. It's pretty large, and there's like about 17 providers on there. I've built it around the medical therapies that I talked about in my previous video on chronic pain management, but also my 3 goals that are most important to me: mobility, independence and supporting my family, and lastly pain management. So yeah, have a look at this, and hopefully this will help. I'll put links to my website where you can download your own version of this table. Tip 4 is finding the right health professional or allied health practitioner. Ask friends, look around, internet search, all those sort of really basic things. Word of mouth referrals are the best if you can get them. But if you can't, then you just need to try. And unfortunately, this initial investment in trying as a patient is a bit challenging. You know, you're giving somebody your money, your time, your effort, but also your personal story, and you don't know whether it's going to pay off. All you can do is try. You'll know when you've got it right, when your values feel in sync. So are they honest? Are they creative? Do they work hard to come up with different solutions to help you? Do they problem solve? Do they listen to you? Do they have curiosity? Are they curious to learn about you and your condition, or find out different new techniques within the discipline that they're working in? And lastly, do they have humility? Do they see themselves up on a pedestal or as your equal, so that you feel like you're working in partnership to achieve your health goals? I got these values from Mitchell and others about building effective healthcare teams. Other ways that you'll know that you've found the right health professional are things like if they're in a good location to you and they're accessible, but also that you can talk to them either digitally or electronically. If you feel psychologically safe with them, this is a biggie. So psychological safety is really important. You like their bedside manner, they're friendly or easygoing or serious, whatever it is that you like. They're like that with you, and their treatment style works and fits in with yours. Tip 5 is about getting the team to work together well. This is the coaching bit that we have to do. I think a really good first place to start is understanding that everyone wants the same thing. Everyone on the team has a shared goal, and that is to make you better. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to tell everybody on the team that they're on the team, and you need to tell them who else is on the team, so that they can understand where they fit in your overall health team and health plan. You also need to understand their role and what it is that they can do for you. And then that will help you understand the different strengths of each player and what they can bring for you. Once you've sort of got that trust and understanding built, it'll be so much easier for you to raise your voice and to ask questions and say, yeah, I like that, or no, I don't like that, or can we try something else, or it just isn't working for me, help me please. And lastly, you and your practitioner should be tracking your progress and your goals and being honest with each other about whether you're making progress or not. I got these from Principles of Building Good Teams by Mitchell and others. Tip 6 is logistics. It's really important and often overlooked. It really helps to have shared medical records, shared access to imaging, those sorts of things. This is all possible here in New Zealand, but a little bit harder if you're traversing the public and the private systems. But thinking about that sort of joined up care arrangement will really support the flow of communication and information, which will just make it a lot easier for you. If you're keeping both systems going, then you need to be aware that it's going to be much more important that you step up and take on that role of captain and guiding the different team members. You really need to raise your voice and be pretty savvy to make sure that the system works for you and that you don't fall through the cracks in the public health and private health system. Okay, so tip 7, if it's not working, what can you do? Quite funny, the Renegade Nurse Practitioner in her blog, she says, having a health professional relationship is a lot like dating, and I think that's a pretty fair call. There is a big personal investment, and it does feel hard breaking off that relationship. So, but that is what you need to do. If you're feeling not safe or that your needs aren't being met, then you just need to call it and move on. But sometimes it's not always possible to move on. Understand the person's role, that health practitioner's role, and where they fit in my health plan, and then I look across my health plan at other providers that might have a little bit of overlap or that can support that person in their roles. So for instance, say you're having trouble with your specialist, well then your GP can help with writing letters to your specialist and notes and updates and things like that. The other thing that you can do is participate as much as possible in the consultation, look as compliant as possible, and ask lots of questions. Lastly, if you're struggling to get on with a health practitioner, look across your team at who else could come in off the bench and support you in your consultation. Is there a friend or a family member that you could take with you? Of course, you can also make a complaint, and there'll be avenues for you here in New Zealand. It's with the Health and Disability Commissioner. So these are my tips for building a health team. I hope they help you. Please, look at the links down below and check them out. And also check the link through to the toolkit on my website, where I'll have this table for you to be able to download and use in case that's helpful to you. And drop us a line in the comments, and please think about subscribing. See you later, catch you next time.